take you where all the education and all the money in the world will not. And it really comes down to who we are as family members, Jamaican or otherwise. If you're going to do the work and work with your children, don't just hand things to them. Make them work for things. Make them understand and appreciate the value of things, because it just doesn't come. It just doesn't come to you.
And that's the hottest 60 seconds this week on The Source on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Philadelphia, does it seem harder these days to get by? Well, there's one way to make keeping up a little easier, and it's right at your fingertips. The Philadelphia Water Department cares about your access to one of life's daily essentials. So get help with your water bill. Visit phila.gov/waterbillhelp today and apply for one of the assistance programs with options for low income and senior customers and those with special hardships. Even if you haven't qualified before, you may be able to get help now. So head to phila.gov/waterbillhelp to learn more.
Tonight's Powerball jackpot now has an estimated annuity of $313 million. $313 million. So don't forget to play at your local retailer or online. Pennsylvania Lottery proceeds benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly.
Hey there, good people. This is Mother, Andrea Lawful Sanders, your host Mondays through Fridays from 5 to 7 a.m. I want to thank you all, first of all, for joining me there because it warms my heart to see so many of you move to join me at 5 o'clock in the morning. I get up at 3:45 each morning so I can talk to each and every one of you and you reciprocate. On The Source, we talk about solutions. You've all seen me do this. Education is huge and you all know Mother loves her seasoned citizens, right? And so we have all the conversations that you could possibly want. We also open up the phone line so you can call anytime you want to because I always have a good dose of love and affection and understanding for each and every one of you. We are undeniably here for you, the listeners. You have been so kind and so generous to us over the years, and it was my ultimate goal to give you exactly what you are looking for. So remember now, in these Wacondan streets, you can join us 5 a.m. every Monday through Friday, only on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. Meet us there and see you soon.
No matter who we call family, when we choose to get the flu shot, we're protecting them. That's especially true for those who are 65 and older and people with chronic conditions like heart disease, diabetes, or stroke. Getting a flu shot every year decreases your chances of getting the flu. If you do get the flu, the vaccine makes you less likely to be hospitalized or die from it. Protect yourself and the ones you love by getting your flu shot. Learn more at heart.org/flu.
Here's what you missed on Wake Up with WURD.
The Supreme Court, got to talk about them because they rejected former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin's appeal of his conviction for second-degree murder in the murder of George Floyd. If only Chauvin's conviction and 22.5-year sentence was enough to deter other officers from engaging in brutality, unfortunately, it's not. Take Staff Sergeant Buck Aldridge, who fatally shot Leonard Cure during a roadside struggle after pulling him over for speeding. Aldridge had been involved in violent traffic stops before. Last year, Aldridge dragged a driver from a car that crashed after fleeing the deputy on Interstate 95. The deputy faced no disciplinary action for that. Aldridge was then fired in 2017 by a police department in the same Georgia County after he threw a woman to the ground and handcuffed her during a traffic stop. The point is, no one should have been surprised when Aldridge shot Cure with a taser and then shot him at point blank range when he fought back. Aldridge should have never had a badge. He is the reason we need a national database of bad cops, because once they're fired for hurting people, they should never get to wear that badge again.
Tune in to Wake Up with WURD with Solomon Jones every Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. only on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. We're bringing joy and power to the people. This is WURD Radio, 900 AM and 96.1 FM, WURD, Philadelphia, celebrating 20 years of progressive Black talk media. Streaming online at wordradio.com and the Word Radio app. The views and opinions expressed by the guests, listeners, and hosts of any program on Word Radio do not necessarily reflect those of the ownership, management, or advertisers of this station.
I'm simply saying that life finds a way.
All right, people, write something on the board. Let's spell it. First letter.
L O G.
What's that? What?
It's time. It's time to have real, honest, open, difficult, and inspiring conversations. It's time for Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hello there, family. Hello and welcome to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. Happy hump day to you. Happy hump day, family. You know, Nick and I are always happy to have you join us. You know we are. So here we are on the eve of Thanksgiving. Ooh, 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 ooh. Well, I hope your plans are coming along as hoped. If you're cooking, you know I want to know what you're making. What are you cooking? What are you cooking? And if you're trying a new or different experience for this holiday year, tell me about it. What are you doing? You know I want to know that too. Happy birthday to you, especially if you are celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday. Family, if you're out there and you're joining us by way of socials, let us know by sharing a comment or two. You know, we love the love any way you share it. You can even give us a call, and you can do that by dialing 215 634 8065. You can even call us toll free. And you can do that by dialing 1-866 361 0900, because we will take the love any way you share it. I tell you that all the time. And for those of our family members whose hearts are just a little heavy today, oh, if your light is shining just a little dimly, family, just know that I'm sending you extra love and hugs on behalf of your entire tribe and village. I just want you to know that you are not alone. You are not alone. You are not alone. You hear me? You got us here. We've got you. We've got you. And for those of you who are experiencing a holiday after the loss of a loved one, if this is the first, just know that we're here. We're here for you, okay? Just know that we're here for you. You know, I tell you all the time that I love you, because I do. I love you, but God loves you so much more. You just put that in your pocket, okay? Okay, family. So I want to let you know that some of our family members are beginning to check in. Nasir, hi there, Nasir, brother Nasir. He is checking in and he's sharing peace and blessings with everybody. So is Malcolm. Malcolm, he shares that he is watching and listening from West Mount Airy. He says good evening to everybody. Well, good evening, brothers. Good evening. So happy to have y'all. You know I am. You know I am. And Alfred, hey there. Haven't seen you in a minute, Alfred. Hi there. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. And hi there, Darren. Hi there, Darren Toms. He says happy holidays to everybody. I just love the love. You hear me? I love it. I do. Yes, I do. And I'm sending it right back to all of you, each and every one of you. So, family, I do want to share a few things with you. You know I do. I like to get housekeeping out of the way first. The first of which is that WURD Radio is sharing a harvest for the world. Now through December 31st, visit wordradio.com to find information on upcoming give back events in the Philadelphia area. So, if your organization is hosting free clothing giveaways, food drives, free workshops, community dinners, and more, please share the details using the form on our website. Visit wordradio.com/the harvest and look for the harvest banner. Family, it is harvest time, and we are sharing information on those giving back to the community. The harvest is brought to you by Comcast, Pico, Keystone First, and the United Way. We are WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. I also want to remind all of you, you know this reminder is coming, that we need your support. We need the support of our community, family. Our Forward and Up campaign has an unprecedented goal for WURD Radio to recruit 2,000 members of the Forward movement. Now, you know I believe in WURD because I tell you that I do, and you know I show you that I do. And because you're listening, I happen to know that you do too. So, if you are not already a member of the Forward movement, well, now is the time. Go to wordradio.com and click on membership because it's right there at the top of the page. You can't miss it. Help us to reach our goal of 2,000 members in our 20th year of Black Talk Media. Help us, family. And lastly, what I want to share with you is get ready, family. Our 7th annual empowerment experience is coming. Join WURD Radio on Saturday, December 9th from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. at the Enon Tabernacle Baptist Church Family Life Center, located at 2800 West Cheltenham Avenue. So this year, we acknowledge the Kwanzaa principle of cooperative economics through Ujamaa, with a culture-filled holiday marketplace experience featuring artisans and creators of color. Family, you can shop from creations featuring jewelry, clothing, pop-ups, and more. There will be health screenings, job and career resources, and empowering conversations. So if you're interested in vending, call the station by dialing 215-425-7875 and press sales for more information. The empowerment experience is free. So keep it locked to WURD or visit wordradio.com for more exciting details. Family, make sure you save that date. I'm going to tell you one more time. It is Saturday, December 9th. Why not give the gift of culture this holiday season? The 2023 Empowerment Experience is sponsored by Comcast, Keystone First, Bank of America, Brown's Family ShopRite, Dietz and Watson, Hers, and Pico. All right, family, let's get started. One of our family members is on the phone lines and is ready to check in. So how about that? We've got some love via the phone. Hi there, family. Thank you so much for calling.
Yes, hi, Carol. How you doing?
Hi, Ron. How are you?
Yes, let me get started. First of all, tell Mr. Bill I hope that he's doing well. I want to thank you, the givers, and all the givers of WRD and the people that call you to be an inspiration to receive the information that you are given. Oh, bless these givers. I had a beautiful day yesterday. It's a person, a family I've been knowing for years and years. And the family did they do painting and they sell them. And they did me on the River Nile. Oh. And so yesterday I had a discussion. I said, well, if I describe someone, not someone personally, but would you be able to paint it? So I described a couple of things: misery, unhappiness, blah, 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 blah. And she would do the art. She would take and do the art sketch of it and all that. So that was very exciting. I did some beautiful cooking yesterday. This person got a home, Carol. It's so beautiful. When you go into her home, she have a room like a 916, and you take your clothes off. And she have it set up where about So therefore, it steams your clothes. So once you take off from the, if you have to, what's in these shoes you can put on and the other things you can put on. And it was, and I did my cooking. I had me some, I took and had what I had. I had brown shrimps, brown rice, etc., etc. I made my juice as I usually do that. I went through my cleansing process and I feel so much better. In life, and I certainly hope people can do that, not what I do, but experience that environment, especially the females. Especially, I usually put the emphasis on that because they're going through a lot of metamorphosis. And because of it, it will really help them as they children through all the things that they're going through in their lives today. And I need you to ask Dr. Z a question for me, or either you can answer that. Is there such a thing as a person, and I'm talking about man, that can be that is extremely intuitive, and put the emphasis on that, extremely intuitive. So I wish Doctor, if you can answer it, or when Dr. Z come on, she would answer that question for me. Purpose in life, and when you are into it, I don't talk about people. I certainly do not do that. I don't gossip about people. But when the Almighty God, and He have given that to me, in spite of my situation, He have made me extremely intuitive. And I know when you was in school, I wasn't in school, the teacher always tell you to listen, have an ear to hear. That's where learning comes from. So I'm just glad to have people like yourself and many others have been an inspiration to me. And I will be ever for grateful. I bear witness because of y'all caring, not one person, y'all caring, it has made me to, at this age I am, to continue to be the person that I am. And I say this without some sort of boasting. I am a lover. God would not have brought me this far. 81 years of age, one an 81 man, being with a mean spirit. And I'm so intuitive. I read things as a child. As I mentioned the other day to you, Gal, I said I took and subtracted 5 from 80. And that's and when I was 5, that's when you hear your mother talk or hear your auntie and them talk. And then you record these words. And it was something that was said, well, you say it all the time, but last week, I have not heard that particular in 75 years. So I'm just truly grateful. And remember this in our lives. Everything is about you. That's not selfish. You only can do good for others when you can do for yourself. And sometimes you may go through a metamorphosis. Love, not love, but caring, that's the key. And for what y'all have given me on the station and other people in lives, I got something that was given to me that come out of the hands of the Honorable Noble Drew Ali. It was passed on to all this, what I'm saying with these things, all these things that I have received in life, sad on one point, sad on one portion of my life, but happy for people like you. I could have very easily went into a mental depression, but because of the Good Samaritan, that female Good Samaritan understood and seen what I need, and I received that. And I'm a better off person because of people like y'all. We don't get anywhere because we did something great, but because of someone else. It's just like you took that little bird and did those things and would bring them home. I remember the story doing that. What a wonderful person, a wonderful human being. There's probably other people did the same thing to be an uplifting in someone else's life. So I thank you for being kind to me. All y'all at WRD. Thank you very much.
Oh my goodness, Ron. Ron, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I don't think I can thank you enough for your transparency and for your vulnerability and for your positivity. We truly, truly, truly do appreciate you. We do. Oh, family. That's right. I'm talking to you. If you have just joined us, you're tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick. It's time for us to take just a short commercial break, but do know that the phone lines are open. And feel free to continue to comment on our socials. When we come back, I have an exciting guest that I want you to know, and I intend to introduce you to him as soon as we return. So, for those of you who do not have the number, feel free to call 215 634 8065, or you can call us toll free at 1-866-361-0900. And again, you can always feel free to comment on our socials. But whatever you do, don't leave, okay? Stay with us because we will be right back.
Get ready. Our 7th annual empowerment experience is coming. Join WURD Radio Saturday, December 9th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Enon Tabernacle Baptist Church Family Life Center, 2800 West Cheltenham Avenue. This year, we acknowledge the Kwanzaa principle of cooperative economics through Ujamaa with a culture-filled holiday marketplace experience featuring artisans and creators of color. You can shop from creations featuring jewelry, clothing, pop-ups, and more. There will be health screenings, job and career resources, and empowering conversations. Interested in vending? Call the station at 215-425-7875 and hit sales for more information. The empowerment experience is free, and keep it locked to WURD Radio or visit wordradio.com for more exciting details. Save the date for Saturday, December 9th. Give the gift of culture this holiday season. The 2023 Empowerment Experience is sponsored by Comcast, Keystone First, Bank of America, Brown's Family ShopRite, Dietz & Watson, Hers, and Pico.
The holiday season is fast approaching, and the Fresh Grocer of Monument, 4160 Monument Road, will cover all Philadelphia beverage taxable items starting November 3rd to January 4th. This is our gift to you. This offering is for soda, juices, and other family staples. Available only at the Fresh Grocer, 4160 Monument Road. Stock up now for your Thanksgiving, Christmas gatherings, or your company's holiday parties. And most of all, spread the word. Today's Mega Million jackpot now has an estimated annuity of $308 million. So don't forget to play at your local retailer or online. Pennsylvania lottery proceeds benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
When we learn the power of hope, recovery is possible. Find out how at startwithhope.com. Brought to you by the National Council for Mental Wellbeing, Shatterproof, and the Ad Council.
And now,
in the midst of challenging times, our Black spaces, our voices, and our stories are under attack. Our goal? To reach 2,000 members by the end of the year. We need your support now more than ever. WURD Radio has been your trusted source for Black talk media for 20 years, and we want to continue making history for another 20. This is urgent, and the time to act is now. Help us move forward and up to reach our goal. Visit wordradio.com and join the movement. Let's stand together. Let's make a difference. Go to wordradio.com and become a member today.
this is your celebration.
Hey, everybody, it's Lieutenant Governor Austin Davis. I just wanted to come by and congratulate WURD on 20 years of Black excellence, Black joy, educating our community on the top issues and what they need to know. Cheers to 20 years, and I'm looking forward to 20 more.
We're celebrating 20 years of progressive Black talk media.
Let me tell you something, and don't you ever forget it. Success is nothing without someone you love to share it with.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hello there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life right here on WURD. Family, before the commercial break, I was sharing with you that I want to introduce you to our guest this evening. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. With more than 25 years of experience in Brazil, he is a founding partner of Cultney.tv, a Brazilian based streaming media entity distributed by Samsung Brazil. And he's here to talk about his various productions involving the Black culture in Brazil and why it's important to create north south linkages between the Black diaspora of Brazil and the United States. Family, I invite you to the conversation with Ira Moseley.
Hello.
Hello there, Ira. How are you?
I am wonderful. Thank you so much. And we would say in Brazil, muito obrigado, which is thank you very much. It's an honor and a pleasure to be in your company, as well as the fine, excellent community of Philadelphia, from which I am born and raised.
You know, I was going to ask. Thank you so much for that. It's a pleasure to have you here. It truly is. I do want to share before we continue our conversation, Ira. Some of our family members are continuing to check in, and I would be remiss if I did not share that Cheryl, hi there, beautiful. She writes, Brother Ron, God bless you and happy Thanksgiving Eve. Ron, I wanted you to hear that. So you know that we love you. Willie is checking in. Hi, Willie. Willie Matthew Williams. That's one of my boops. He shares that he's just checking in and he's sending happy Thanksgiving Eve wishes to everybody. Cheryl also writes, everybody have a wonderful time tomorrow. Just giving thanks for your family and friends. God bless each and every one of us. I'm with you on that. I am so with you on that. Ira, if you have just a moment, I want to go to our phone lines. One of our family members is waiting to join the conversation. I just
Fantastic.
said that. Hello there, and thank you so much for calling.
Carol, what's up? How you doing, honey?
Friendly Fred, how are you?
I'm doing great, just tired. I just want to say, the heavenly realms, God made a promise to us that will never be broken because of his mercy and his grace and unconditional love. And the promise is forever young. And a just world, the promise of love, the wonderful world of love, joy and laughter, eternal peace and happiness, where we will all live, love, learn together forever as one. Happiness, togetherness, loveliness, forgiveness, and peacefulness. A world full of wisdom, beauty and grace, truth, knowledge, love, and understanding and righteousness. A friendly world, a guided world, a wonderful world, a peaceful world, a kind world, a gentle world, a meek world, a heavenly world, a holy world, a spiritual world, a fun world, a just world, where there be no more pain and no more sorrow and no more death. A world of love and a life of joy. We'll be eternally happy, free, and glad, and do a righteous will to time and death and forever. Perfect peace and perfect harmony. And the good Lord say, I put before you a blessing and a curse, life and death. You must choose life. So divine order is being directed by God. Divine order is divine government, God in control. Divine order is the flow of the Spirit as we yield to his guidance and direction. Divine government is the word truth active in our lives. Divine order is living in covenant power, right standing with God. Choose life.
Choose life. Choose life. Indeed, Friendly Fred. Indeed. 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 Thank you. We love Friendly Fred. We truly do. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Family, I was sharing with you that we have a guest with us this evening by the name of Ira Moseley. Ira, if you wouldn't mind telling us a little about you, please.
Thank you so much. And I want to give my deep appreciation to both Brother Fred and Brother Ron. I feel, that love and that sincerity from the community from which I came is North Philadelphia, born and raised. There at 21st and R Street, and a college graduate, obviously, from NYU. But before getting to that point, I went to George G. Meade Elementary School, Robert Vaux Junior High, and I just celebrated our 50th high school reunion with Dobbins Tech at the Hilton over on City Line Avenue.
Wow.
So my heart and my total spirit is from Philly, And I fell in love with jazz and all that great music that we share by partially at one point living over the Checker Club at 21st and Oxford.
Wow.
And that was one of the ways I became enthralled with Brazil. But I'm also a Vietnam era veteran, and my love is for our community to advance what we call in Brazil the Black creative economy.
Mhm.
And so I am here to share my past, my currency, and where I want to go. And hopefully I can encourage our community to come to Brazil, which is the second largest Black country in the world and is not even on a continent. So you can imagine the impact of the historical angst that we experienced.
Sure. And thank you for that. Thank you for providing all of that information. I am so curious, and I'm looking at the time. You know, the hour goes by so quickly.
Of
But
course,
I'm
no problem.
curious to know, um, what, like Brazil? Why Brazil?
Well, funny, I was one day when I was 10 years old on Turner Street between 20th and 21st, walking down the street, minding my business, and I heard this music coming out of the house on an early Sunday morning. And as you know, when we were growing up in the 60s, you had Motown and the Philly sound on one ear, and you had the Beatles on the other ear, and then you had jazz. But there was this great music that just captured my soul, and it was Quero a vida sempre assim com você por tu gemir, and it was bossa nova.
Mm.
And little did I know, a seed had been planted in me. And year after year, decade after decade, and lo and behold, I go into the Army, experience some things, go to Los Angeles, getting out, meeting my ex wife there, moving to New York, and started a little modeling. And in New York City, there's a tremendous Brazilian community.
Mhm.
And one day I was in grad school. I'm skipping over some time
Mhm.
frames,
Sure.
but I was at it was in NYU grad film school where I got my degrees from, and a very prominent journalist asked if someone could produce music videos for him, and I said, "Of course, no problem." At the time, I was also the president of the graduate student body for the school, and that really gave me access to a lot of advantages. And lo and behold, it opened up a whole new world for me. And before I knew that, through some other connections, BET had retained me to go to Brazil, Essence, NBA Without Borders, and it's been a smorgasbord of delights and excellent experiences. But Brazil captured me, and it goes back to what Ron was saying, Brother Ron, about that intuitiveness. It's critical that we listen to our ancestral spirits. When they reach out to you, you have to grab them and go along with that centrifugal force that they provide for
Sure.
your trajectory in life. So that's a thumbnail sketch as to why Brazil.
Mm. Oh my goodness. So, do you currently reside in Brazil or in the States?
I reside here in North Jersey, but I'm in
Okay.
Brazil practically every month.
Okay.
As we say in Portuguese, just a little Portuguese, meu quero. No, let me just, I won't do that at this point because I don't
Okay,
want
no problem.
to
No,
do
no
that.
Well, we're welcome when we welcome you sharing whenever you choose to do so. I do want to share with you that Cheryl shares. Good evening, Mr. Moseley. Thank you for joining us this evening. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you so much. And Harry shares. We love Friendly Fred. We do. We really do. Cheryl shares. Thank you, Friendly Fred. We do. And she also shares. She went to me too. She said, I went to
Oh,
me
wow.
too.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
And Brother Alfred shares, thank you for your service. And
Muito
Bernita shares,
obrigado, sir.
Bernita shares, what does that mean? They're not on the continent.
The continent of Africa. So in the Western Hemisphere, United States, we have the most largest, you know, and most powerful economic force in terms of Blackness in the Western Hemisphere. Numerically, for every African American, there's 3 Brazilians. So combined, there's close to well over 100 million people of African descent between Brazil and the United States. And so only after Nigeria on the continent, which is the number 1 populated country, Brazil is second. So you can see the impact of the slave trade, which Brazil is only 1,001 miles from the continent. And so that's when we say it's the second largest Black population in the world, which is officially recognized by the UN.
Oh, wow. I did not know
Yes.
that. So
Yes.
I was sharing about your productions. What exactly do your productions show about the culture of Black Brazilians post-slavery?
Yeah, well, our entity is called Cultney, and Cultney is a play on 2 words, Cultura Negra, and Brazilians love to play word games. But it's a nice branding strategy. And basically, we started out as an incubator, a curator of Black content, because Brazil is exceedingly one of the most racist societies in the planet. The racism is extremely sophisticated, and for years and decades, Brazil was the last country to abolish slavery in 1888. And you know, even when I was in Brazil in the 90s and the early 2000s, you know, you can go to newsstands or look at television, you think you're in Scandinavia. Rarely would we would see us. And so we, my business partners and I, we started aggregating and curating all of the Black media that we could find digitally. And through that curation, we comprised a massive inventory of well over 1,000, maybe close to 1,200 hours. Then we started producing half-hour shows, interviewing the newest of doctors, lawyers, dentists to record this information. And then from there, we amassed nearly past 3,000 hours. And then local producers would hire us to do their music videos, interstitials. We do many docs. We've co-produced very interesting material on the art, culture, and religion of Brazil, as well as addressing the racial issues from a journalistic perspective.
That is oh my goodness. That's very interesting to me. Something you said though stayed with me. Sophisticated slavery. That term, I'm not familiar with the term. I'm anxious to have you share with us just exactly what you mean when you say sophisticated slavery. But before you do, it's time for us to take another commercial break in a moment, at least. Anyway, I don't want to get you started. And then I have to say, wait a minute, wait a minute. So I'm going to ask you to break that down for us when we come back. But family, yep, I am talking to you. If you have just joined us, welcome. Welcome always. But you're tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. And we are talking with Ira Moseley this evening. We're talking about Cultney.tv. We're talking about Brazil. We're talking about everything under the umbrellas of both, quite honestly. And how his love of music and media brought him to Brazil and all of the beautiful productions that he is creating. And family, I am enjoying the conversation, but I'm also inviting you to the conversation. I'm inviting you to either call us or share your comments, your questions via socials. If you choose to call us, you can do so by dialing 215-634-8065, or you can call us toll free at 1-866-361-0900. When we come back, I've asked Ira to explain to me what sophisticated slavery is. I think I have an idea, but I'm anxious to hear your definition of it. So family, stay with us because we're coming right back.
WURD Radio is sharing a harvest for the world. Now through December 31st, visit wordradio.com to find information on upcoming Give Back events in the Philadelphia area. If your organization is hosting free clothing giveaways, food drives, free workshops, community dinners, and more, please share the details using the form on our website. Visit wordradio.com and look for the Harvest banner. It's harvest time, and we're sharing information on those giving back to the community. The Harvest is brought to you by Comcast, Pico, Keystone First, and the United Way. We are WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
King C. Gillette knows you're dedicated to your barbershop routine. But what about after? What's your routine for facial hair to avoid dry skin, itching, and beard rough? Well, the King C. Gillette Beard Oil is a perfect fit for making your beard feel as good as it looks. It softens your facial hair and moisturizes to help prevent itch due to dry skin. Get facial hair that feels as good as it looks. Just trim, wash, and soften with King C. Gillette.
Tune into WURD Radio this Thursday at 10 a.m. for City Council Live, hosted by Ernest Owens. Join conversations that matter to your community with your local City Council members.
Next stop, Brown's Fresh Grocer. Join us Tuesday, November 28th for our Sassy Seniors event, honoring our seniors who are still active. Hosting live from 4160 Monument Road from 10 a.m. to noon is WURD's own reality check with Tanya Pendleton. WURD Radio will bring community resources during open enrollment for the Affordable Care Act, making sure seniors are in the know of what services are offered to them. WURD Radio is creating a space important for Philadelphia's African American community to gain information and, more importantly, to ask questions from the insurance and senior service communities about the best options for their health care as they get older. That's Tuesday, November 28th at 4160 Monument Road. Sassy Seniors is brought to you by Keystone First, Pico, Comcast, Philadelphia Water Department, and DDAP's Get Help Now.
What is love?
You're listening to Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
I think I know what love is.
Hey there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. We are talking with Ira Moseley in this hour. And before, well, you know what, Ira? What I did not share with our family members is that Cultney.tv is a free television platform that has the largest audiovisual collection of Black culture in Latin America.
Absolutely.
I would be remiss if I did not share that information with our family members. But I do have another question for you, but I'm curious to know if you could share with us, or with me specifically, what you mean when you shared the term sophisticated slavery.
But yes, thank you so much for that opportunity. I'm hoping not. Basically, what I'm saying is that in Brazil, unlike the United States, miscegenation, the mixing of sexes, of races, was openly promoted. And because of that, Blackness in many aspects was literally appropriated by whiteness and controlled. And so, we didn't have a Jim Crow history. There is no Ku Klux Klan history. There is no legalized segregation in Brazil. And so, the poorest of poor of a Black man could associate with a white woman, and basically no one would have any problem with that. But yet at the same time, the Black female was put on the lowest part of the totem pole and highly valorized. And so, but when you look at the integration of the economic infrastructure, ecosystem, were non-existent. But yet they let X numbers come through the portal, so to speak, for success. And primarily, historically, these were your soccer stars. These were, your sambistas in the carnival groups. And so there is a very, very coded way of discrimination in Brazil. The way advertising for jobs, nice hair, nice complexion, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so because of that, you have a good bevy of Afro-Brazilians that will whiten their skin or have whitened their skin, who have disavowed some of their own identity. And so that level of sophistication, you can see it propel itself in the global media, because basically when you see Brazil in the news, if it's something violent, in many ways it's you or me. But if it's, in terms of entertainment and sports and culture, you're seeing lots of white culture. However, the society has vastly reversed that. And it started in the really even during slavery, because Brazil had a revolt called a black nation called Palmares, which ruled. It was a black nation inside Brazil for 100 years. And it was eventually defeated by the Portuguese. But because of that, every November the 20th is Black Liberation Day, basically, in honor of the king of Palmares, Zumbi Palmares. And so right now, the entire month of November is Black History Month in Brazil. So we're celebrating that, and it goes throughout the society. And fascinatingly, when President Lula came into office in his first term, he created the first affirmative action program.
Wow.
And Brazil is 500 years old, so you can imagine. So that's when we started producing and recording the new veterinarians, the new doctors, the dentists that were getting these college degrees. And the Black liberation struggle is very, very strong, very, very effervescent, and it's being led by Afro-Brazilian women. And one of the interesting leaders, I won't say leaders, but at least a supporter, is Angela Davis. Angela Davis is extremely entrenched in Brazil, because she sees the necessity of the North-South axis, connecting our community to that community, because the amount of murders, deaths through police violence is exceedingly high, and we still have severe structural problems in the society. But for me, the glass is half full.
Okay.
And I'm extremely happy, which is why I've been so involved in the Black community for these number of years.
Well, thank you. Thank you for your involvement, and happy Black History Month to you. Happy Black History Month. I'm happy to be able to celebrate it twice a year. How about that?
And
happy.
that's
I
the
mean, I
key.
celebrate it every day, but happy to
yes.
celebrate it, and be recognized. I want to ask about the St. John Coltrane Church.
Oh, okay.
How does it go about combating racial and economic injustice?
Well, the St. John Coltrane Church was created back in 1966, 67. Archbishop King and Mother Marina, his wife, and they partnered with Alice Coltrane. And so basically what they were doing at that time was confronting police violence, confronting housing issues, all of these elements within San Francisco, because unlike most cities, San Francisco really has a really awful history in terms of deflating and negating Blackness. San Francisco used to be known as Harlem of the West. And this was the epicenter of Blackness in terms of art and culture west of the Mississippi. And so during the 1970s, there was this mass eminent domain that gentrified many aspects of Black communities in San Francisco. And so that was one of the necessities
Sure.
for Black empowerment. And so the Archbishop Franco King, who I volunteer all my experience to, partnered with Dr. Huey P. Newton and Black Panthers, and he became their spiritual advisor in terms of relating, you know, religion, spirituality to the Panthers. And it was a very fascinating relationship. And I came into play with that because I used to be the business advisor to the John Coltrane House in Philly.
Right.
Through my connection and having lived over the Checker Club.
Wow.
Because then owner Lorraine Taylor, who's now passed, called me from New York and asked me to intervene on behalf of Cousin Mary. That happened. And the circle of the ancestral spirits again. Being intuitive, listening. And so one of my great friends, Teodros Avery, who was the second coming of John Coltrane, on the Blue Note label, I think it was the Blue Note label.
Okay.
Called me to intervene on behalf of the Coltrane Church, and I've been their business advisor for 7 years now.
Wow. Ira, I could talk with you. I have so many more questions, but I'm looking at the time, and like I said, the time goes by so quickly. But I'm so hopeful that you will come back to visit with us, and I'm grateful for your time today. I'm so grateful to you for sharing your time and your energy and your attention, your knowledge and your spirit. We truly do appreciate you, and I did share Coltney.tv in the chat with our family members for those who would like to check out the website and find out more information, and be supportive.
Oh, absolutely.
We truly do appreciate you. And Alfred shares that he appreciates the knowledge. And Harry shares, I know I can listen to our history all day. Well, Harry, you are not alone. You are so not alone. And Arthur Leo Taylor, hi there, Arthur. He shares that we named our baby daughter Brazilian. Brazil.
All right.
Yes, I love it. I love
Muito
it.
obrigado, senor. And I will just say real quickly, in the past, we had, my business partners and I, we had a partnership with Rio Tour, which was the official tourism bureau for the city of Rio de Janeiro. And so we had WBLS, Chicago radio station, and yours truly, WDAS. We did live broadcasts from Copacabana and Ipanema Beach.
Wow. Well, we've got to get WURD over there. Oh my goodness.
Well,
Oh my
that's where I
goodness.
met your awesome owner, Sarah
Sarah
Lomax, in
Lomax.
Rio de Janeiro.
I love it. I love it. Well, I am hopeful that we can, make this connection to bring WURD to Rio de Janeiro. I can't,
Absolutely.
I don't have the accent. I can't say it, but
You
Rio de
hit
Janeiro.
it
Rio de-
perfecto.
And
Perfecto.
Malcolm shares, thank you. Yes, great history segment. I am so grateful. Like I'm with you, Harry. I could listen all day to our history. I could listen to history. I love it. I love it. I love it. And it feels good to know more about us. It just feels so good. It feels good to me. I don't know about you, but it feels so good to me to know more about us. But again, Ira, thank you for coming to share your time, your energy, your attention, your knowledge, and your spirit with us. And I look forward to your return. I look forward to you visiting with us again.
Oh, absolutely. Boa noite, bon nuit, and guten Tag.
Oh, I know Bon Nuit and I know Guten Tagen. I know those two. So
Yes.
the same to you. Family, hey there. I'm talking to you if you have just tuned in. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. We've just had the most interesting history lesson with Ira Moseley in our first hour. But it's time for us to take just a short commercial break. But I do want to remind you that our phone lines are still open and you can feel free to comment on our socials. I'm always inviting you to the conversation. You know I am. But whatever you do, though, family, don't leave. Just stay with us, okay? Because we are coming right back.
It's the WURD Hot 60. Hot 60. Here's the hottest 60 seconds you missed this week on Reality Check.
I was telling my students the other day, one of the things that kills the local scene is that people don't understand that even though you have all these radio stations and all these newspapers, there are really only 5 radio stations and 5 newspapers.
Right.
And then all of the radio stations and all of the newspapers, that's why WURD radio is important.
Right.
It is because the WURD and stations that exist that local communities still have a voice.
Right.
And that local artists can still get, quote, put on.
Yep.
But the problem is if we're not frequenting or supporting our local radio or frequenting our local mom and pop record shops, right? That's one of the things we stopped doing. That's what streaming kills. I used to love to spend all day Saturday, not just at the local radio station, but I would be in a local station to see which one of my favorite local groups has an album out. We don't do that anymore.
Right.
And so that's what's important because it's killing our voice. It's killing our culture.
And that's your hottest 60 seconds this week from Reality Check on WURD Progressive Black Talk Media.
Supporting WURD, Lantern Theater Company presents Crumbs from the Table of Joy by Pulitzer Prize playwright Lynn Nottage. Moving from the South to Brooklyn, the Crump family is making a fresh start in a world full of temptation and surprises. The 2 brilliant daughters resent their father's religious strictures, while their big dream for the future are encouraged by their fearless, free-thinking Aunt Lily. In performance through December 10th. Details at lanterntheater.org. Tonight's Powerball jackpot now has an estimated annuity of $313 million. $313 million. So don't forget to play at your local retailer or online. Pennsylvania Lottery proceeds benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly.
At the YMCA, finding your why starts by making an impact together, touching lives for the better. It can be the gift of time or treasure, supporting a community through talent without measure. Here, compassion fuels commitment, finding fulfillment through enrichment, serving and improving. What a way to live, and what a gift it is to give. Find your why and get involved today at ymca.org for a better us.
Celebrating 20 years of progressive Black Talk media. We're bringing joy and power to the people. This is WURD 900 AM and 96.1 FM, Philadelphia. Streaming online at wordradio.com and the Word Radio app. You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hello there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to this to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick. But I was about to say the second hour, but you are tuned in to the second hour with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. We've just had an exciting history lesson, I would say. You guys have to please, I'm going to ask you for your patience tonight because I'm feeling under the weather and I am trying. You hear me over here falling all over the place, falling over my words, falling as I'm blinking, just trying to get it together. So I'm going to ask you to send me some healing energy, to send me, all those good vibes, to keep me sitting upright. Because right now, when I tell you I am leaning, I'm tilted, y'all. I'm tilted. But I'm happy to be here with you. That is at the core of it all. And I'm happy to be able. How about that with an ellipsis? I'm happy to be able. That's what I'm happy about. Yes, I am. But I do want to share some things with you. The first of which is about the harvest. That's right, family. Word Radio is sharing a harvest for the world. Now through December 31st. Visit wordradio.com to find information on upcoming give back events in the Philadelphia area. So if your organization is hosting free clothing giveaways, food drives, free workshops, community dinners, and more, please share the details using the form on our website. Visit wordradio.com/the harvest and look for the harvest banner. Family, it is harvest time, and we are sharing information on those giving back to the community. The harvest is brought to you by Comcast, Pico, Keystone First, and the United Way. This family, we're WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. I also want to remind you that we need the support from our community. That's right. We need your support, family. Our Forward and Up campaign has an unprecedented goal for WURD Radio to recruit 2,000 members of the Forward movement. Now, I've told you, and I know you know it to be true, I believe in WURD. And because you're listening, I happen to know that you do too. So if you're not already a member of the Forward movement, well, now is the time, family. Now is the time. Go to wordradio.com and click on membership. It's right there at the top of the page. Help us to reach our goal of 2,000 members in our 20th year of Black Talk Media. And the last thing I want to say to you is to get ready. Get ready, family. Our 7th annual empowerment experience is coming. Yes, it is. Join WURD Radio on Saturday, December 9th from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. at the Enon Tabernacle Baptist Church Family Life Center, located at 2800 West Cheltenham Avenue. So this year, we acknowledge the Kwanzaa principle of cooperative economics through Ujamaa, with a culture-filled holiday marketplace experience featuring artisans and creators of color. Family, you can shop from creations featuring jewelry, clothing, pop-ups, and more. There will be health screenings, job and career resources, and empowering conversations. So if you're interested in vending, just call the station at 215-425-7875 and press sales for more information. Family, the empowerment experience is free. So keep it locked to WURD and visit wordradio.com for more exciting details. And also make sure you save the date for Saturday, December 9th. Okay. Family, why not give the gift of culture this holiday season? The 2023 Empowerment Experience is sponsored by Comcast, Keystone First, Bank of America, Brown's Family ShopRite, Dietz and Watson, Hers, and Pico. That's right. That's right. That's right. So what I want to do right now is go back to our socials to see what our family members are saying. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. Frey is sharing, good evening, all. I'm wishing each of you a blessed Thanksgiving. And for those that are thankful but miss your loved ones that will not be at the tables, I hug each of you with my thoughts and prayers. Smile. It's Frey. Miss my mama so much every day. You are not alone, Frey. You are not alone. But you know what? I receive your hugs and I give them right back to you. I give them right back to you. And Alfred shares, it's family, it's love. Feel better. You got it together. You got it. Callie is joining us. Hi there, Callie West. That is, hey there, beautiful. She shares happy Thanksgiving with everyone. Everybody, happy Thanksgiving. And Eric is joining us too. He writes, happy Thanksgiving Eve. It was so great hearing Iris speak so eloquently and passionate about our culture and our incredible history. We all need to know more. I agree with you, Eric. I sure do. I sure do. And Nasir is sharing that I should boil a red onion and drink it. It'll fix me right up with some black seed. Nasir, you know what? I so thank you for that. I wish I had a red onion right now. And I feel my energy feels so depleted. Family, for those of you who are unaware, I was sharing that I'm not feeling well today. I feel my energy feels so depleted that I don't even feel like I can go get the red onion. I have black seed. But I don't have a red onion in the house. I wish I had the energy to go get it. I really wish I did. But I don't. And Harold is saying, have a great Thanksgiving. Carol and the Word family. Harold, you know I'm sending the same right back to you. You know I am. You know I am. Alfred is sharing that he misses his favorite uncle from Baltimore City. You know, family, I know we're all the holidays are tough. The holidays are really, really, really tough. And that's whether you are navigating a loss or not. I think, and I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm asking you to do so. As we progress in our maturation process, this things just don't feel the same. There's not the same excitement. I don't know. Maybe for you it is, and I pray that it is. But I don't know. The holiday season kind of loses some zest for me, or it has lost some zest. And then, of course, processing, navigating, and trying to maintain and sustain the loss of loved ones. It's just a little overwhelming at times. Like, I feel okay right now, but only God knows how I will feel when I open my eyes tomorrow. I'm telling you, I was so used to whatever my parents wanted, they got. Let me just tell you that. They're my love bugs. And my papi, I called my dad papi. So papi would he would always bring me, this was his way of asking me, because I used to love to bake. And this was his way of asking me to bake him something. He would bring me the picture of something, some dessert he wanted, or he would bring me a cookbook and say, "You like that? You like that? Looks good, doesn't it?" That was his way of asking me to make it for him. That was how he would ask. My mother, she had no problems, no filter. And she would say, "Carol, listen, I was thinking that maybe you could make this for Thanksgiving, or maybe you could make this for Christmas." So I miss that. I miss it so much. I miss that. And now that my aunts and uncles and other members of my family are no longer here to, you just certain personalities that you miss. So, they just add certain things to the atmosphere, and their spirits just tend to light up the atmosphere. So I miss them, but I am so grateful. I always tell you that I have a happy in my hurt. I have a happy inside my hurt, because I do. I do. I do. I really do. And I'm leaning on that. I'm leaning on my happy. That's probably why I'm not, I'm good right now. I'm leaning on my happy, because all of these family members of which I speak, every single one of them, they know that I love them with every fiber of my being. There wasn't a doubt. There was never a doubt. They know that I love them. I love, love, love them. And I will always. And that makes me feel good, knowing that they know, knowing that they never had to doubt, had to worry, and knowing that they knew they could rely on me. That feels good. That feels good. Um, oh, excuse me. Y'all, let me tell you something. The devil is trying to get all in my details, because he's trying to get in my throat. But he is not welcome, and he cannot stay. Okay, he cannot stay. So I do want to share that Malcolm is sending me get well wishes. Thank you. You know what, y'all? I'm not even claiming this mess. I'm sharing it with you because I feel like I'm slightly diminished tonight, and I just wanted to offer the reason why. But this right here, I am not claiming it. It will not be here long. I've got things to do. Okay. I've got things to do. Cheryl is sending prayers for total healing. I receive that. Thank you so much. I receive that. And Malcolm shares that he's thankful for health. At this point, with all of his past issues, I know that's right. He is just grateful for health. Yes, I'm with you on that. Alfred shares it's a journey. We must stay the course, be what our loved ones would want us to be. I love it. I love it. Cheryl Mobley Stimson. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, beautiful. I miss you. She shares that she enjoyed what she heard about Brazil. Her grad school office mate, Katia, was from Bahia, and she shared a lot with her. I love that. I love that. And Malcolm shares his mother made a mean banana bread cake. Ooh, that sounds good, Malcolm. That sounds good. That sounds real good. Alfred shares that he likes that. Oh, you like that? A happy inside? Yes, I do. I have a happy inside my heart. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I hold on to it, y'all. I do. I hold on to it. Frey is sharing, thank you. You are so welcome, beautiful. You know I'm sending you all the love and hugs you can handle. Um, she is praying that by his stripes I will be healed in the name of Jesus. And she's wishing a restful and peaceful night. Thank you. Thank you. I receive that. Yes, I do. I receive it. And the Athletic Association for Political Development says red onion. Lady, you better get some garlic cloves and split it along with an inch thick slice of ginger, 2 cloves and heavy honey in a cup of boiled water. You'll thank me later. Oh, well, I might have to try that because I have all of that. I might have to try that tonight because my I don't have any red onions in the house. I don't have any red onions. I've got all the peppers you can imagine, but I don't have any red onions in the house. And Eric shares that hearing Ira reminded him of a great movie called The Feast of All Saints, written by Anne Rice. It tells an incredible moving story of the trials and tribulations, lies, and love of many families, Black, white, and of mixed nationalities. It's a must-see and an incredible book. Oh, I like that. I'm going to have to. Oh, thank you for that, Eric. Y'all don't know, but I love a good book. A good movie, but I love a good book too. I sure do. All right, so family, I want you to, well, you actually met this next guest that we have, but I want to bring him into the conversation because when he visited with us in the past, he said he was going to come back and share some more. And he has something exciting to talk with us about. And I'm so glad that he could come spend some time with us. So, family, I invite you to the conversation with none other than Brio Raheem Brock. Hey, B.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, and you?
Pretty good. I just sent this audition in with 1 minute left, so
Wait, 1 minute left to submit it?
yeah, it was high stakes. I had to get it in. I had 1 minute left. Got it uploaded, sent it in. It's been a long day, but I made it. I'm here.
Sounds like it, yeah. First of all, thank you for coming. So, family, for those of you who are unaware, let me tell you something. Every time I talk to Brio or reach out, he's always telling me about an audition that he's had or a job on which he's working, a play or a movie on which he's working. So I'm really grateful, just so I'm grateful that you came to spend some time with us. And also I want to share, with our family members what you have going on in your life. So thanks, B.
Yeah, of course. I'm always happy to be here and hang out with you.
Yes. Cheryl shares, good evening, Mr. Brock. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Hey, how you doing?
Wait, you eating your orange slices? Orange slices?
Oh, I need to be oranges. I got one of my daughter's snacks.
Oh,
that's no from her. She's gonna be mad.
I bet she is. Eating her snacks. Don't eat her snacks, Dad. Don't eat her snacks. So listen, I know we have so little time, but I have about 2 questions about football, but I want to ask you more about acting than I do. But I never, ever asked you about what it felt like to win Super Bowl 41. So last night we just had our sports segment, but I've never talked to you. We've never even talked. We don't talk about sports when I talk to you, but
Yeah.
I'm curious to know what that felt like. Like, was it life changing, and if so, in what way?
It was life changing, but for me, I mean, in Indianapolis, we always had a reputation of having a great regular season, and then we'll lose either the first or second game in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So we would start off 10-0, 12-0, and then we'll get to the playoffs and lose. So when to finally win the Super Bowl, I mean, I had mixed emotions. I felt like we should have had more. We should have had more rings. I guess. I mean, I was happy, but I was just ready to get back it was kind of
Okay.
I had mixed emotions. It was a anger and a happiness, but it wasn't all happiness. I just felt like, I need to get back here. It was a great feeling. I should have felt like we left a lot out there. Um, but everything happens for a reason. It was a crazy season. The year that we won, we had so many injuries. You would never expect for us to come out in the Super Bowl that year. But I'm very thankful that we won that first. It did change my life and open up a lot of doors for me. But I had mixed emotions. I just thought, we did so well during the regular season, and to lose the first or second game is just, yeah, it was tough to do that constantly. Like either the Patriots or the Steelers or San Diego. You know, but I'm very thankful. And then we went back the second time when we played New Orleans, and politics came in and took that away from us. But I mean, all the things that were going on in New Orleans, I guess it is what it is. The game is kind of controlled, and I know it's all coming out now in the media, and the game is controlled to whatever the story that makes sense, money, wherever the money's going. It's a lot of stuff involved, and that's what kind of hurt me, the politics that went into football. I mean, you grow up and you put football on this big pedestal, and then once you get in there, it's not what you expected, and I almost quit after 2 years. Like 2 years out, I was a 7th round pick, and I got drafted by the Eagles. And then even though I was doing well, I was out playing a lot of guys. They were talking about me in the paper. The defensive coordinator was talking about me, a 7th round pick, more than the first, the second, third guys up there. So, I had high expectations, but then they wouldn't sign me. They didn't sign me because guys before me were taking bad deals. So then they wanted me to take a bad deal, and I needed that. They weren't giving me $30,000, which was my signing bonus that I was supposed to get. They wanted to take like 12,000, but I had 2 kids, so I needed that extra money.
Right. Hey, you had life.
Yeah, so that was disappointing. I had to leave, ask them to release me, and then I went over to Indianapolis, where Tony Dungy had just left Tampa. I went to Indianapolis, so that defensive scheme fit me from coming from Temple, and then I went there and I had to beat out a lot of first round draft picks. It's going to be in my book. My book's coming out, Death of a Childhood Dream.
Oh,
So
I love
the
the
whole story's
title.
going to be in there. I don't want to tell everybody everything.
Yeah, no, we can't. I love the title, Death of a Childhood Dream. I was getting to it. I was coming to it. Family, for those of you who have just joined us, welcome, first of all. But secondly, if in fact you are unaware, our guest in this hour is Raheem Brock, who is a former American football defensive end who played in the National Football League. He played college football. He played college football at Temple. Was drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles, as he just shared, in the 7th round. But he subsequently played for the Indianapolis Colts for, what was it, 8 years? 8 years, right? Winning Super Bowl 41 with them over the Chicago Bears. And then he later played with the Seattle Seahawks. So I do want to share some of our family members are checking in. Howard Harris shares Go Word. Thank you, Howard. And Alfred shares this brother is creative. All the best on that submitted project. So there's some love for you right there. Cornell is sharing that he's just passing through. Hi there, Cornell. So happy to have you join us. And then Alfred was asking, is that the year the Colts beat my Chicago Bears? Yes, it is. When they beat your Chicago Bears. Yes. And Alfred shares, we must have you back when the book comes out. We most certainly will. We most certainly will. And Frey, our beloved down there in Florida, she shares, hi, Brio. What a testimony. My cousin used to work for the Colts. He's now the GM for the Cleveland Browns, and his twin is the VP of operations for the Philadelphia Eagles. That was a good game. Go Browns, go Eagles, and go Jaguars. She lives in Jacksonville. Yes, she does. And so, family, Brio was sharing that he has a book coming out. First of all, I'm proud for you. I'm so excited about it because you told me about it, a while ago when you were like thinking. It was you were in the embryonic stages, I believe, of it. So it feels good to know that it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Because I can't wait to read it. I can't. But family, what we're going to do, because Bria, I want you to. I have some more questions for you. It's time for us to take just a short break. So family, stay with us because we're coming right back.
Why is WURD important to the community?
It's important that there's someone from the community that's authentically talking about the problems and all the steps that need to be taken to get to a better place.
And it gives them a platform and an opportunity to share their expertise and love of the culture.
And it's critically important that people have an opportunity to speak, and it's even more important that people have an opportunity to be heard.
WURD is the community and of the community.
WURD serves as the voice for the community.
It gives a sense of connectedness among people who aren't necessarily in front of each other physically, but they feel and connect with each other over the air.
I'm so glad they're coming to Mantua.
It's in the name. WURD is the word. WURD gets the word out to the community. WURD connects the community. WURD empowers the community. WURD embraces the community. We are 20 years strong, giving voice to the community. And without the community, there will be no WURD. We are one and the same, and it is not a game. WURD.
The Working Families of La Una Labor District Council of Pennsylvania, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia are proud contributors to all aspects of growth in this great city. The Labor District Council provides safe, well-trained, productive workers who enable projects to be done on time and under budget. We appreciate our signatory contractors and their commitment to fairness and equality. Laborers, we're building a better future today.
This Friday's Mega Million jackpot now has an estimated annuity of $308 million. So don't forget to play at your local retailer or online. Pennsylvania lottery proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians every day. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly.
Tune in to WURD Radio this Saturday at 10 a.m. for Saturdays with City Council. Join conversations that matter to your community with your local City Council members.
Words of empowerment.
Sophia Warren Moore. I'm a fourth generation editor and publisher of Positive Black News. The Black press is the voice of Black America. It's so important for us to have our own voices spoken from our own perspective and our own narratives. So that's really important for us to be able to have our own messages. I support WURD, their 20th anniversary. Absolutely. I think it takes a village. I think that's the biggest and best thing that I learned from our community, because it takes a community. And that's also for individuals, businesses, everything that you do. It takes a village. No one can do anything alone but God.
This is Words of Joy and Empowerment on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. Audio provided by Love Now Media. These Words of Joy and Empowerment are brought to you by Keystone First and United Healthcare.
Let me tell you something, and don't you ever forget it. Success is nothing without someone you love to share it with.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hey there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. In this hour, we are talking with Brio Raheem Brock. And he was sharing with us before the break about his book that will be coming out. I'm curious to know, because he's a man of so many talents. You told us when you visited with us before about following your passion, which is acting. So what made you initially pursue football and not acting?
Well, my family, they have a sports background. My dad's side of the family, my aunt Medina Dixon played in the Olympics in '92. My father, Zachary Dixon, also played in the NFL. My uncle Robin Dixon played in the NBA. And then I have a couple uncles that, almost made it to the NBA. So we have a lot of athletes in our family. So that I was just naturally talented in football and sports. I love to compete, but I always wanted to do acting. I just never had the guidance when I was younger, especially in Philly. If I talked about acting, dudes are going to knock me out. Growing up,
Right.
in Germantown, North Philly, I was just getting in fights all the time. It was no time to think about acting. But I love the physicality of football. It was somewhere to take out my anger and frustration because, I had both of my parents were pretty abusive back in the day. And I think, and I think everything happens for a reason, and it helps. You're born into, you can't control who your parents are, and we're all born into, this situation. So, kind of football was a outlet for me to let out my frustration without I did get into a lot of trouble when I was younger, but football kind of got me out of trouble. And because I was doing so well, it kind of kept me focused in high school. High school was the first time I was able to play organized football. Before that, I was just playing in the street. My parents were always busy. So I never really got to play organized football until high school. But football helped me get out of the city. When I had my daughters early when I was in high school, because I was kind of lost. When you have abusive parents, sometimes you don't feel loved. And my daughter Tatiana that I had in high school, I felt it gave me a reason to live, so I kind of it pushed me to another level because I didn't want her to have the experience that I had growing up in Philadelphia. So it kind of pushed me to another level, and I just became like this superhuman. Like everything, my books, I was going to summer school. Even if I didn't fail the class, I'd go to summer school just to get my grades up to, like, if I had a B, I wanted them A's, I wanted to get an A's. And so I was going above and beyond. I was working like a couple of jobs, and it just kind of gave me a reason to exist, and it made me play sports on another level with a tenacity. Like, I need to get the hell out of here. You know what I mean? I did everything I did. When I worked at McDonald's, I worked there at a certain level. Wherever I worked at, it was like, I need to get out of here, and I need to be the best at everything.
Right. That's one of the things that I love most about you. When we met, so family, for those of you who are unaware, we met because we were doing a play together, and I played his big sister. But he was my big brother in actuality, because outside of the play, he was, coaching me and encouraging me and all this good stuff. And you would study with me, and we would go over lines together and all. But he played such a big part in my part, and helping me to do what I needed to do for the play. But I love your spirit, because every I don't care what it is, like you said, whatever it is, your spirit says, and your spirit speaks loudly, and it says, all right, okay, so what's next? I love that, because I don't always have that. So it's a push, for me, and it's so inspiring. It's so inspiring. I know I've never told you this. I'm like, what? I know I've never told you. I've never said this to you before, but it is. I'm saying it now. I'm saying it publicly, so you know. But yeah, your spirit speaks so loudly, and it's always. And wait, family is always positive. OMG, it's always like, I'll call B. I'll say, yeah, I needed to talk. I just needed to talk, and he'll say, well, what's going on? Well, what's up? Oh, you got that. Like, it's not even a second thought, which is a wonderful thing. It's a beautiful thing, but I so admire that about you. I admire your positivity, and I admire your drive. He always, always. I admire your drive. I do want to share our family members are checking in. Miss Julie, hi there, beautiful. She shares Dobbins High School can be proud. Brio Raheem Brock, aka Raheem Quan, definitely no slouch. You see this? 348 total tackles, 40 and a half sacks. 13 forced fumbles, 16 fumble recoveries, fierce numbers to reckon with. Good evening, Word. Good evening, everybody. And Brother Nasir shares, I can't wait to read this book. Stay focused. Stay focused, man. Stay focused. Cheryl shares the same thing. Oh, I know this book is going to be a good read. I cannot wait. And Alfred shares, you rose to the top of your craft in the NFL. You have been successful, and there is continued success that you have expressed. The present and future is bright. You are such a winner. Eric shares, good evening, Brio, and welcome to the Word family. Can you tell us how long it took you to create, write, and finish your book? And is it all you did? Is it all you? Or did you collaborate with a professional ghostwriter? That's a good question.
Well, I did. I am working with someone to help me get my words out on paper. So I do have somebody that's helping me. It's took me a while. I think I have this perfectionist syndrome that kind of holds me back sometimes that I've been working on. To this day, I mean, with my acting career, it's just been it's just something consistently that I work on. And it's just, how we talk about, that work ethic. I keep going on to the same thing, like you said. I talked to Richard Lawson, which is one of my mentors, and he's been teaching me how to sit in gratitude and not keep jumping on to the next thing. So I'm learning a lot through acting from some of the stuff that I went through in my life, and like you're saying, we're talking about that work ethic. It can hurt you sometimes. So I just gotta, I've been learning how to sit in gratitude and be thankful for the things that I achieved in my life, because I don't even have anything football around. And, Richard Lawson told me the spirit can get lost because you can't reflect on your wins in your life. Because sometimes I feel empty, like I haven't done anything. I feel like I haven't won in the Super Bowl. I haven't played there. And it was just, I can't, it just happened before, and I just, look on to the next thing. But, I got to sit and appreciate and sit in gratitude for the things that I've achieved in my life. And I'm so thankful that I learned that, because I've been going, it drives me. I feel like, if I'm not reaching goals in acting, which you just have to have a belief in yourself that things are going to happen, and just, keep going. But, I've been hitting goals in acting, and, just learning how to sit and be thankful for that, and not try to hit the big, the trophies, or, the awards, and, think about just getting there and thinking that's the end goal, where, every play or every film or anything that I do, even auditions, it helps me improve. And I got to be thankful and sit in gratitude and enjoy that, which I'm doing now, and I learned how to do it. So I'm thankful for Richard Lawson for
First
talking
of all,
about that.
thank you, Richard Lawson. Okay, thank you. It's I can relate and I can identify with you saying you feel like you haven't done anything. Like I have these moments where I really, really feel so overwhelmed, where I feel incompetent. I feel like I've not accomplished anything. I've not done anything. And it really gets me. It takes me to a dark place. So when you just said that, I was feeling like, what? Because I've never shared that with you. We've never talked about that, but I have those moments where I feel like, what have I done? I've not done anything, and it feels so overwhelming in those moments when those moments come. But as you were just speaking, I'm listening to you talk about gratitude. Would that be your biggest takeaway or your greatest takeaway from acting?
I mean, acting has changed my life, Like I said before, when I had to like OD the last time, and that's when the kind of acting kind of helped me figure out who I was and who I am. And it's just like you have to study the human mind and everything about, humans and the psychology of humans. So it helped me understand myself and what I was going through in life,
Mm-hmm.
so I can have some control. Because I believe that, because I was born into a certain situation where I can't control my parents were,
Mm-hmm.
and I was emotionally, abused. I was just emotionally bouncing through the world and responding to everything emotionally without even thinking. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm
I
built
do.
up with all these emotional triggers that I didn't even know I had until I went to the acting class. And they, I'm trying to do theater, and they take me through these exercises that, walk you down your childhood. Because I have to use uh, parts of my childhood in the script to kind of connect to my character and stuff like that. So, I mean, there's so many things that acting has done for me to change my life. It'll take a couple hours to get to it, but I'm just thankful, that God has kept that passion, that fire in me to pursue it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when I had that last OD and I just went to New York and I just stopped talking to everybody, I had to just disconnect
Mm-hmm.
from, just all these people. And then, now I'm back trying to figure out who these people were in my life. But
Right.
um, yeah, just acting just changed my life. And it was scary. Like I was scared to go to class. Like I would sit in class.
Well, that makes sense though, because you're talking about these exercises, and these
Mhm.
exercises are forcing you to tap into emotions that you've probably repressed, or memories that
Yeah,
you've
yeah.
repressed. And I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't care to remember unpleasant things. I don't want to go there again. That's why
Yeah,
they've been
yeah.
repressed. But
Yeah, it
you're
was.
being forced to tap into it to use this. Like,
Yes, yes.
that listen, and you have to trust yourself to be able to come back from it, not
I
get
didn't know.
lost in it,
Yeah.
and you have to have enough control to be able to use it properly. So
That takes,
that's
training.
heavy.
Yeah.
And especially if you're like, this is your first, like you're just going into
Mhm.
this, you're just being introduced to these exercises. I can only imagine you're thinking like, wait, whoa, slow down, go fast. This is a
Yeah.
lot. Like, this
Yeah.
is
And
a
I'm not
lot.
a person that's scared of a lot of stuff, but
Mhm.
I was intimidated because I see everybody go up and you get walked down your childhood, and the teacher, Terry Schreiber, he's
Mhm.
an amazing teacher. He looks like he can see into your soul. He just knows the right
Mm.
words to say. He'll get to know you and he'll walk you down your childhood and get all the stuff out of you in front of the class, you know.
That's
And
another thing.
it took me like 3 or 4 months. I kept skipping this exercise. It
I
took me like
bet.
4 months, and I finally did this one exercise that this girl I was dating, she had a abortion after she let me hear the heartbeat of the child. So
Oh.
I was crying for like 20 minutes, and everybody from the stands came out and hugged me. Like I was falling apart. But it kind of released something, after I did that exercise, it kind of released something, like I had blocks in my body or my mind,
Mhm. I don't doubt that.
released something where I got it out of my body, and then it made me like become a better actor. So, that's when, I got booked for Bull, and then Gotham had come in. Stuff just started coming in because I guess it put me in a vulnerable state to be able to
Mhm.
ground me and be able to act at a certain, you know.
Like caliber. You were able to stretch more. I
Yeah,
can
so I
see
didn't
that.
know what the exercises were going to do for me, and
Yeah.
I was just learning like along the way, and man, it was intense, and that was just the first one. So
Oh
it,
my
acting has
goodness.
just helped me so much in my life, and I'm just so thankful. Um, yeah, I'm thankful.
I'm listening to you. You know, every time I talk to you, I just learn more and more. Which I mean, I tell you, you just a phenomenal human being. Family, if you've just joined us, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's time for us to take just a short commercial break, but stay with us because when we come back, I have more questions about the memoir. Ooh, I have more questions. So, don't go anywhere. We're coming right back.
And now,
in the midst of challenging times, our Black spaces, our voices, and our stories are under attack. Our goal? To reach 2,000 members by the end of the year. We need your support now more than ever. WURD Radio has been your trusted source for Black talk media for 20 years, and we want to continue making history for another 20. This is urgent, and the time to act is now. Help us move forward and up to reach our goal. Visit wordradio.com and join the movement. Let's stand together. Let's make a difference. Go to wordradio.com and become a member today.
The holiday season is fast approaching, and the Fresh Grocer of Monument, 4160 Monument Road, will cover all Philadelphia beverage taxable items starting November 3rd to January 4th. This is our gift to you. This offer is for soda, juices, and other family staples. Available only at the Fresh Grocer, 4160 Monument Road. WURD Radio Digital Tip of the Month is brought to you by Comcast.
With the cost of today's devices going up every year, you might want to think about buying a refurbished gadget for your next upgrade. Here are some things to think about before you buy. There is a difference between refurbished and open box. An open box gadget is usually still new, while refurbished devices have been repaired or restored in some way. Make sure you buy devices that were refurbished by the original manufacturer or have been factory certified. It might be a good idea to get a warranty in this case, otherwise you may fall victim to an as-is product that doesn't work. And finally, don't buy any refurbished electronics that don't come with some sort of return policy. You don't want to get stuck with a final sale that ends up dying after a week. Buying used can be a great way to save money while still getting a like-new device. Just make sure you do your homework first. Stay tuned to WURD for more tips and stay connected with us at WURD Radio.
What is love?
You're listening to Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
I think I know what love is.
Well, hello there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. We are joined in this hour with Brio, Raheem, Brock, and he is talking about life. He is sharing a lot about life. I do want to share that our family members have been checking in. Malcolm shares, it sounds like a good story. It sounds like you really have some good stories. Alfred shares gratitude and thankfulness at Thanksgiving. Gratitude and thankfulness are valuable goals, and you have stated you are handling that. Miss Julie shares, I feel like with the actor strike over, there needs to be vignettes of the quality of stage actors giving inspiration to others. Of Brio Brock stage acting roles. And there were the next step. I love it. I love it. Alfred shares, it's always good to keep thriving, but smell the roses in the process. He shares, take your development through life and mentor those who are receptive. Our community needs your experiences. You're such a strong person, and you've learned to face adversity. And Miss Lily shares, hi there, beautiful. She shares, good evening. Good evening and happy holidays to all. Eric states, the fear and anxiety you both feel is normal and 100% human. You may at times hear Satan, but you really don't have to listen. God will always lead you where you need to be. There's truth to that. So much truth to that. Before, because I'm looking at the clock, and I told you, I have so much that I want to ask. But when you were with us before, you shared that you had at one point contemplated suicide some time ago, and you shared about you just talked about the last OD. I'm curious to know, how much will you share in your memoir? Will you talk about these things or?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna talk about everything. I'm gonna talk about everything in detail. Yeah. So the first one will be just my childhood and then going into sports. And then the second one is either going to be about, dealing with relationships with women. And then the one after that will be like my artist journey of acting and that experience and all the stuff that I went through. So it's going to be a couple books, trying to get them all out. And just right now I'm working on writing a short film, and I'm working with some producers to just start putting my stuff in movies. Some writers that I'm working with now to start helping putting my stuff into a script and start getting it out on film. So that's going to be pretty cool to see that.
Yes, it is. I can't wait to see it. Wait, I think it might have been in the middle of the night that I texted you, and I was, because family, I don't sleep well. So one night I'm up watching TV, and I was watching Bull, and I saw you on the episode, and I texted you just like, I just saw you. And it feels so good though. Well, now I see you. I've seen you in about 4 different things. Now I said, I'm not going to text. I'm not going to keep texting him, telling him I saw him. but the first time, it's like, guess what, B? I just saw you. Blah blah blah. blah. So that was cool. That was really really cool to do. But I'm curious to know. First of all, I want to share this. Well, I hope it's okay to share this with our family members. Your hobbies. And like he was saying, anything he does, his goal is to excel. Okay. So you're taking flight classes.
Yeah.
You when he first told me that, y'all know. I was like, oh my goodness. And I keep bugging him. I ask him like every so often, so when are we going flying? When are we going flying? When are you gonna take me out? From where did that interest come? Was it just something that you've always wanted to do as a child, or?
Yeah, I always loved planes and loved flying. I wanted to learn how to fly myself, but I was just always scared to do it. So I finally just jumped off the cliff and did it. And it's one of the most amazing experience I've had, It's relaxing, it's therapeutic, and just to fly and, just put the plane on cruise and just fly through the air, relaxing. You don't got to worry about all these cars and people beeping at you and all this crazy traffic. I mean, there's nothing like it, and it's not even that hard. I mean, the hardest thing is just coming into the traffic circle and landing.
Okay.
When a lot of accidents and stuff happen.
Okay.
Because everybody has to be organized and and work together to land and but it's an amazing feeling, and I love flying. I just got to renew my my medical so I could fly again. So I did that. I'm just because my daughter, she's excited. She wants to fly. She loves flying. She's ready to learn. She's 5 years old. She's like, I'm about to fly.
She's a little. First of all, she is a little adult human. Let me just tell you, she's a grown woman. Yes, she is.
Oh man.
She's the sweetest little thing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. She's your mini me. She really is your mini me, and I love it though. Seeing the two of them together is awesome. I'll tell you that. But Alfred shares that he wants to read your book. Please make sure you come back when the book comes out. And Eric shares, thank you, Brio, for your honesty and perseverance. Your truth will inspire so many. Cheryl shares that your transparency will also help so many people. Be your authentic self. Please know that you are truly, truly blessed. I love that. I love that. So one more question I want to ask about football. What do you miss most about playing professional football, if anything?
I miss hanging out with the guys. But the main thing I would say is the game on the line. The game is on the line and you have to make a play. And that high stakes is like, I love that feeling, especially in the playoffs when everything is like attention to detail, death by inches. Like if you make a mistake, if you take one wrong step, that could cost your team the game, and everybody plays, we play so, perfect that there's probably like 8 misplays throughout the whole game, further you get closer to the playoffs and the Super Bowl. So a lot of guys don't make any mistakes, and I just like that high stake where
That's
the
anxiety.
game is on the line and you got the crowd yelling, and if you don't make a play, you're going home. It's over.
Right.
I love that. The regular season is cool. After a while playing in Indianapolis, a lot of teams would just quit. Like they would quit. It got boring. It got boring.
Oh,
It got boring after it got boring. I was about to quit at one point because a lot of teams didn't play, and the situation I was in. But I stayed in it because it brought my family together. That's why I love football.
okay.
I just never had the experience, growing up to have a family, and feel
Ah.
loved by everybody, and just having everybody around on the holidays. And
Mm-hmm.
I never had that. I never really celebrated Christmases and birthdays and stuff like that. So that kept me playing. So the high stakes in the game, especially in Seattle, that atmosphere was insane because the fans there, they have a reputation of being the loudest, and it just pumps adrenaline into your veins. But when the game's on the line, that's what I miss, and just having the family around and watching everybody enjoy themselves.
I can only imagine. Oh my gosh, the anxiety of it all. Just I can only imagine. And,
Yeah, it was fun. I mean,
and we have about 2 minutes before we have to say goodnight. So I'm curious to know, because you talked before about, going. You talked about the anxiety, but you also talked about the physical pain of playing football when you have injuries and all and things of that nature. I cannot imagine how it has to be the anxiety that keeps you all going, that keeps you all going and in the game. Because I can't imagine.
I mean, we were in the game. I mean, we're all on drugs, so we can't do anything.
Oh my goodness.
We're all on painkillers, and it's unhealthy. But we enjoy it. It's an experience like no other.
Right, right.
It's worth the pain. I'm in pain constantly now that I've been fighting through. Like I couldn't even sit down at meetings. I had to be on my knees. My spine was messed up. I got 3 discs that are bulging. My arm goes numb if I look a certain way, and I be twitching on set. And it is what it is. I'm in constantly pain. I got these headaches that don't go away. But it was worth it. I can't complain about that experience, and things like that you have to sacrifice for. But yeah, it was an amazing experience. Just like acting, I'm fighting. It helps me fight through the injury. Because I love acting so much. It makes me do my inversion table and do all this stuff every morning for years. I've been doing it consistently because if I don't do it, I'm not going to be able to function at a certain level. So I have to be my best. So I'm just thankful for acting. It's been pulling me through, all the pain. I'm not addicted to the drugs no more. I'm not an alcoholic anymore. Because football was kind of tough, and it turned me into a drug addicted alcoholic.
Oh.
So it pulled me out. It pulled me out of there. So that's why I'm just,
Well, I'm grateful. I'm grateful that it did. I'm grateful for you because see that it brought us together, my little big brother. I just want to say thank you. Thank you. Now, first of all, I'm gonna hold you to coming back. And I'm holding you to my flight, okay? Because
I
I
got
want
you.
my
Yeah.
flight. I want my flight. But I'm holding you to coming back because now the family is excited about the series that you're going to put out. We are so excited, and we're going to be on the lookout for your books, the first of many, and for the scripts that you will share with us. I can't wait. I can't wait. But I'm sure you'll come back in the meantime, in between time. But just thank you so much for just taking time out to, come and share. Thank you for your time, your energy, your attention, your spirit, your transparency, and your vulnerability with us. because that's what we do here. Well, they know all my business. But but thank you. Thank you for sharing yours. And please come back, Brio.
I definitely will. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
It was fun. It was fun. And thank
Good.
you all that are here. And I appreciate your feedback. And I'll be back soon.
Good. Oh, you getting all this love. I wish I could read all the love, but I've got to shut it down. I've got to shut it down. All right, V. I will call you later. All right. All right. Oh, family, family, family. You already know. Whew. As I exhale, 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 exhale. On this Thanksgiving Eve, praise God, from whom all blessings flow. I love you. You hear me? I cannot express to you how much I do. I love you so much, but God loves you so much more, even more than I do. Can you imagine? To all of our guests tonight for sharing time, energy, space, spirit, attention, knowledge, transparency, vulnerability with us, I am grateful. To the entire WURD family, Niall Jackson, Nick Steptoe family, we're all in this together. All in this together. So you be good to you, please, but you be good to those around you. All right. Happy Thanksgiving, family. I will not see you tomorrow in person. I'll be there with you in spirit. I sure will. Feel hugged and feel kissed by me, but know that I will, God willing, see you next week. Have a great rest of your night. And remember to join me Monday through Thursday, 7 till 9 p.m. Eastern Time for another edition of Love and Life right here on WURD. Progressive Black Talk Media. All right, family, I love you.